What's up, my creators? How are you today? I hope you have had a fabulous, creative, beautiful day. I hope you have not let the ills of the world get you down and you found some time, at least an hour of the day, to think creative thoughts, to do something creative with your time and with your mind. Remember, the more we create, the less we hate. So that's my motto. I'm sticking to it, and I want the whole world to become beautiful, artful, thoughtful creators. So, with that said, let's jump into canva.com. For those of you who are new to my channel, thank you for coming by. My name is Joy, and this is the Joy Art Club. So, we are going to start on canva.com. I have a pro account, which means that I am able to use fonts, elements, apps, and different things within Canva that you normally cannot use with a free version. So I would really highly stress that you get a paid version. But if you don't, you can find lots of elements and things in Canva to kind of play around with, at least until you get your feet wet and understand what you're doing, right? No need of spending that money if you don't have to while you're learning. So jump on over to canva.com, create yourself an account. It's free to sign up and just kind of follow along. The only difference is that you would choose elements and apps. Well, actually, I don't think you can use any apps if you have the free version. But for elements and text and things like that, you can use them. You just would use the free version. So, with that, let's get started. So, I'd go to canva.com and we have to create something. So, we're going to create a tote bag that you might sell on your Etsy store or something that you would make for yourself. And a lot of times people have problems with this because they don't realize how they need to design so that the bag shows your design on both sides and nice and evenly. So we're going to do that. In order to do that, we need to know what size we need to make our workspace for Canva. So let's go over to printful.com. This is the bag that we are going to upload a design to. And I just opened up another page that showed us what size the print file should be. Now, it tells us that the print size should be 21 inches by 37 inches. We're not going to worry about the inside pocket. We're not designing that today. We're just going to design the outside of the bag. So 21 by 37. So 21 is the bag going across, and 37 is going up and down on both sides of the bag. So imagine if you split open this bag. If you opened it up, the entire bag would be 37 inches. So if you look at this picture over here, the second one from the right, this side plus the back side equals 37 inches that we have available to print on. So now that we know it's 21 by 37, we're going to go back over to Canva and now we can create our design space. So we want to do something that most people forget to do or they don't realize that they need to do. When you create any type of designs in Canva, when you download it, the DPI is 96. We always want our resolution to be normally 300. But I think in this case, Printful is letting us know, I think it only has to be 150 for this particular design. And I am going to find that piece of information for you. Okay, I was skipping right over it. It's right under here where it says must follow guidelines. Submit files in PNG or JPEG format with at least 150 DPI. You see that's bolded? And I would also suggest the PNG. PNG files are always crisper and cleaner than JPEG files. And let's see, what else does it tell you? That's basically all you need to know. It says use full bleed images, which basically means don't use images that have a lot of kind of like transparency behind them. and we also want to keep our graphics within the safe print area. And on our design space, Printful will let us know once we upload the design what our safe space is. Okay, so 21 by 37. Remember, 21 inches going across, 37 inches for both sides of the bag. So that's the long way, if you will. So we're going to go back over to Canva. Now, keeping in mind about the DPI, if when you create a design on Canva, if the design is only going to allow you 96 DPI, obviously, if you want it to be a 300 DPI, you have to make the file larger than normal so that when we change the DPI in getpaint.net, when we change that DPI, the file size is going to go down. We're going to increase the DPI, and the file size, which is going to be initially larger, is going to be transformed into a smaller size that's required by Printful.com. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, I'm going to give you the link to that video so that you can learn about how to resize your images. I'm going to link that video in a pinned comment. I think pinned comments are just easier to find. Sometimes in the description, you have to scroll too much to find them. So I'm just going to put it in a pinned comment for you. So the trick is finding the correct size that we need to make. So Printful told us that our design should be 21 inches wide. First of all, we want to make sure that the units is what's required. The units should be in inches, and we already have that selected. If you click on the arrow, or yeah, the down arrow, you can see the different units, but we want inches. So we know that our width should be 21, and our height, which is the total length of the bag on both sizes, should be 37. But we also know that because we're changing the DPI, or the resolution, we have to make this file as large as possible. So what are we going to do? Well, we know from mathematics as children, whatever you add to one side, you must add to the other. So let's see what the largest size, let's start with the height since this is the largest number. Let's see what the largest size Canva will allow us to do, because it does limit you in size. So let's see if we can make this 60. So we have to add 23 to 37 to get 60. So let's type in 60. So we obviously have to add 23 to the width side as well. So that would be 44. So now we can click on create a design, and let's see if it lets us go even a little larger. So let's add 5 more. Let's make this 65, and let's see if this allows us to be 49. Nope. And the reason you know that is because it's grayed out right here. So it's and you see also as you move the mouse across, it's turning into a little warning sign. So let's just go back down to 60. And let's make this back to 44. And now let's create our design. Okay, so Canva has created our design, and we are going to use this to design off of. Now, you can, if you're very familiar with Canva, you're a good designer, you can start with your own. You don't have to use a template or anything, but I think I want to use a template. So you can do so many things. I'm telling you, it is absolutely fascinating. We could go to photo, or let's go to elements, and let's type in paint. Okay, so if we click on photos, it's giving us all these different photos, and we could choose from one of these gorgeous photos to be a background if we wanted to. So I could click on this. I could make this a background. And by the way, for any new people joining, when you click on or you select any photo or element in Canva, it's going to pop it right over to your workspace. Okay, so I don't want this one. I'm going to trash that one. But I like this. Let's see what we can do with this. So I'm going to click on the three dots and I'm going to scroll down and I want it to set it as the background. Oh, that's very pretty. So if you can imagine your bag, your tote bag, one side of this is going to be the front and one side is going to be the bottom of it. So we're just going to kind of use our eye to do this, and we're going to do something really simple. Let's get rid of paint and let's type in gold. And I want graphics, and I'm going to click on see all. I don't know how I don't know what happened there. Okay. I want graphics, and here are my graphics. So we can choose whatever we might want. Maybe you want a pretty butterfly on there. Now, if you did this, if you widen this butterfly, imagine a bag again. When this is folded, you're only going to see the top of the butterfly here and the bottom of the butterfly upside down on the other side. So we don't want that. So I'm going to delete that. There is a way that we can do that, but since this is our first time doing this, let's do something a little simpler. So I'm going to choose this one and I'm going to stretch it down across the page. This is nice because these butterflies are kind of insignificant, so it really doesn't matter if they're upside down when we design the bag. But if you are a stickler for design and perfection, we can just let this image go to the middle, approximately the middle of the bag or the design, and we can just duplicate it however we want. Maybe we don't want that many on the top. Maybe you just want a few on the bottom. Now this is the bottom, so we're going to flip this. Okay. So remember, when you flip this bag around, this is the top. It's just upside down. And this is the top of the other side. So you got to kind of keep that in mind. Okay. Now you can continue adding whatever you might want to add on the bag, and then we'll complete our design. Okay, so I have just added a few more elements, some gold elements at up top, and I just duplicated the same thing on the bottom. I put some gold specks in the middle, and I just duplicated it. So it's just a very colorful, pretty design. So even though summer is over, I just love, colorful things. So we are done with our design, and now we are going to go to share and you're going to download this. And although Printful said you can do a JPEG, I prefer a PNG. The only thing is we're not going to choose a transparent background because we want this to cover the entire bag this particular time. So I'm going to click on download. Okay, so as Canva is finishing up our download and you see it says completed, you're going to go to your downloads folder and you're going to upload that file into Printful. So let's hop on over to Printful. Now here on Printful, you can choose the various color handles. And right now, the reason that it's only allowing me, well, they have three different color handles, but for this particular design, I think black would look better for our design. Let's see. Let's go back to our design. Maybe red. Who knows? So let's do two of them. Maybe even gold as well. So let's do all three and see how it looks. It's asking about the stitch color. I think I want the stitch color as clear. So now we are going to upload our design. But our design, remember, when we downloaded it from Canva, the next thing that we did, and I'm sorry, I skipped over this, although I told you in the beginning, The next thing we did after downloading from Canva, we went to getpaint.net, which you're going to download from the Microsoft Store. And you're going to look at that video that I have put in the pinned comment so that you know exactly what to do. And you're going to change the DPI from 96 to 300. And you're going to change the size to 21 inches wide and 37 inches high, because that's the size that Printful has told us that we need. So we are going to click on this circle right here, and we are going to upload our new design that we changed the DPI to 300. We're going to upload that file. Okay, so Printful is now uploading that file to my library. And I'm just going to click back over on this design. I think this is really pretty. It's a nice, simple design, and you can make these so very easily. You can add text to it if you like. We'll do another video one day with the text and showing you how you would flip the text if you wanted it to be identical on the other side as well. All right, so it has uploaded the file, and now in a couple of seconds, I can now click on apply. And if you look over here, voila, it says good, 300 DPI. So although they told us that we only need 150, you can always go higher. You just cannot go lower. So here is our pretty design. So we're not going to worry about the pocket, but let's look at the mock-ups. Okay, here are our mock-ups. So it doesn't show us all of them. If you added this to your store, it would give you an option to, have all the different handles that we chose. We chose red, gold, and black, but it's just showing us the black. And I love it. I think it's very pretty. This is one side, this is the other. And if you go back to Canva, you see the purple at the top. That's this one. And you see at the bottom is more red. That is more of this one. So it's a beautiful design. This shows somebody carrying it. It's a beautiful, beautiful design. I love this. I'm so pleased with this. So you could put these in your store, or you can just, make them for yourself or have gifts for friends and family coming up for the holidays or birthdays or whenever you might want. If you are a sorority girl, you could do it with your sorority colors, whatever you choose to do. If you are a breast cancer survivor, bless you, you could have a bag that states that, because I know you're so thankful about that. If you want to do that, give it as a gift to someone. If you support a particular charity, as long as you can you have the permission to use that charity's logo. I don't want to encourage anybody to do anything wrong, but this is how we do it. So I hope that you learned something from it. So we went from this to this in a matter of 19 minutes. And this was me teaching you. So imagine if you already knew how to do it, it would even take you half the time. So you could knock these out one by one and add them to your Etsy store. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you're going to produce some bags, if you're going to add some of these things to your Etsy store. And if you have Etsy stores, put them in the comments so we can check out your stores. I would really, really love to see what you have created. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Much love to you. Stay creative and stay peaceful. And I'll see you in the next video.